Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to Unapologetically Speaking with Dr. C. I am Dr. Candace Lane and welcome. I would like to thank everyone who has already liked and subscribed. And if you are new to the channel, please, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. So every week I try to bring you different videos and information regarding mental health and wellness. And this week I would like to talk about anxiety and stress. They look alike, but they're totally different. It's like two siblings with two different daddies. So let's get into it. Stress and anxiety. Let's start with stress. Now, with stress is more external. And what I mean by that, it can affect the body, but it's more external. Things that are going on, such as you can be stressed. You can have financial stress. You can be stressed about family, work, a relationship, your job, starting a new job, the pandemic, stress. It's stress. And once the situation, how stress works, once the situation has been resolved, it will go away. Usually it does. Not always, because it maybe have lingered so long, it can turn into anxiety. So it first starts with stress. I'm stressed out. I am stressed, like I stated, over financial, family, friends, relationship, job, pandemic, whatever it may be. Once anything has been handled, the event, the situation, the stress can be just eliminate. It can resolve. However, if it lingers a little too long, it can turn into a higher level of stress, which can start to affect your high blood pressure. You can get high blood pressure from that, or it can start to affect it. It can affect your heart. You can suffer from headaches, body aches, all with stress. So that is stress. So remember what I said, stress, what usually happens is once the stressful event or situation is resolved, it will go away. The stress will go away. It feels like a burden, something has lifted off your shoulder. You're like, wow, I'm glad that's done. I'm glad I paid that bill. Or I'm glad the kitchen is fixed. Or I'm glad the bathroom floor is fixed. You know, that it was stressful. So you're like, I'm glad. So now you feel better. Now with anxiety, that's more internal. That is your body is responding to stress. It becomes anxiety. And it's like a dark cloud that is following you. And you start to have excessive worrying, fear about what's going to happen or the outcome. And it doesn't leave. It seems to stay with you even when the situation is finished, is complete or resolved, such as you can have anxiety from speaking. There you go. Anxiety from a school test, a job interview. And even after you have taken the test, you still have anxiety because it's called anxiety with taking a test. So you say, I have anxiety when it comes to tests. So things like that. And it affects you internally. And also with anxiety, it is constant. It stays with you. So it's a constant fear, a constant worry, a constant dark cloud. That is the difference between stress. Stress is not constant. Once whatever the event or situation or task is completed, it generally leaves. If it does not leave, it may has turned over, because it can reverse and go over to anxiety. So if it goes over to anxiety, that's when we need to take some further steps, where either you can speak with someone or you can involve some healthy coping skills, such as knowing your triggers, breathing exercises, the 4-7-8, that's breathing in, breathing out, 4-7-8, yoga, meditation, taking a walk, exercise, getting plenty of rest. That is very important, because some of the signs and symptoms with that, you're not getting any rest, especially when you're battling with high anxiety or stress. Because remember the difference, stress, it will leave. Once the situation or activity has been completed, stress is gone. Anxiety tends to stay. It's excessive worrying and fear and worrying and waiting, basically in a nutshell, waiting on the shoe to drop. That's worrying. That is anxiety. But the stress is like, I'm a little stressed about the test that's coming up. You take the test, you did good, you're like, you have a sign of relief. With anxiety, you really don't have that relief even after the test has been resolved. Even after you have taken the test, you still don't have that relief. So it may have turned into something else. So like I said, that's when we start to incorporate healthy coping tips. First, remember what I said, find your trigger. Second, breathing exercises always help because you want to lower your stress levels, because when you are stressed and have battling with high anxiety, your cortisol levels raise, and now you're just all stressed, and it can get inflammation, and you can have poor sleep habits, overeating or not eating, body aches, headaches. We don't want that to happen. So meditate, yoga, journal, prayer, taking a walk, even a 30-minute walk, exercising, speaking with someone, and breathing. Those are just a couple of tips. So those are my tips today, and that is the difference between stress and anxiety. Stress tends and normally leaves when the situation, activity, task has been handled. Anxiety, excessive and constant. It stays with you if it has, even after the situation is handled. So remember that. Anxiety, that's a deeper thing, and you have to figure out what that is in speaking with someone and knowing your triggers, because there are different ways, which is another video, where anxiety can come from, because there are different types of anxiety. So that's what I want to bring to you today. So again, this is Dr. Candace Lane, and thank you for watching Unapologetically Speaking.